In order to really make ACT a tool that is customized to an organization, we need to put in the products that that organization sells. In this case, we said that this opportunity name was going to be bulk chocolates, so certainly one of our products should be bulk chocolates. Well, if I click on the drop-down arrow next to new product, notice that I have bulk chocolate. Notice that the item number is already in. The quantity is set to 1, but I could easily change that to 2 or 5 or whatever I want to change it to. So now I've changed it to 5. Notice that the cost is already in and the price is already in. The adjusted price is the same as the price, and then we've got the subtotal. The reason the adjusted price is the same as the price is I haven't given a discount, but let's say I want to give them a 10% discount. So I put in 10%, and now our price is $128. The adjusted price, though, is $126. We're giving them a deal. Now, notice that the weighted total is $50.40. Well, what is that? Well, the weighted total is the price, the total price, times the probability that I'm going to close the sale. And the probability that I'm going to close the sale at this point is 40%. Let's say if I took it to the next stage, in fact, let's say I took it to commitment to buy. Now the probability of closing the sale is 80%. The weighted total is now 100.8 instead of just 52. Well, that's a more real number for a sales manager or for even a salesperson to take a look at. And if we're totaling up what our entire opportunity is, in other words, we're totaling up what the probability of making the sale is times the opportunity if we do it, then we've got a more realistic number to put on our sales report. But where did all this information come from, this item number and the cost? Well, it came from building the list. In other words, it came from putting that information in about our products. How do we do that? We'll click on the drop-down arrow again, and then what we're going to do is scroll down to the bottom, click on Edit the List. Now, notice that we can then put in the information. We can also import lists from other sources. So we don't necessarily have to type in all the information to fill this list. We could import it as a comma-separated value sheet, or we could bring it in from another database. So if we wanted to add additional information or make changes, we make them on the Managed Product List. The Managed Product List is what drives everything. So I'm going to click on OK here, and notice then that I've got bulk chocolate, and I've got the item number, the quantity, and we're all set for that particular sale. Well, what if I had more products than one in that sale? Well, click on Add, and then again, just choose what product. And say we're also going to sell them some coffee. Okay, let's say we're going to sell them lots of coffee, right? 100 units of coffee, $1,450. Now we're going to give him that 10% discount though that he's used to getting. So he gets his 10% discount, and after the 10% discount, then it's $1,305. Okay, so we've got the capability to create these lists or to create these opportunities and set them in whatever way we think is best for our organization. In other words, we can drive the sale and track the sale with ACT. Part of driving the sale is, of course, follow-up. And we can follow up, we can set a follow-up call or a follow-up meeting right here out of our opportunities dialog box. If we click on follow-up, that brings up the schedule activity dialog box, and as we said, from the schedule activity dialog box we drive everything that has to do with additional activity types. Calls, meetings, to-dos, marketing calls, whatever. We can drive that from the schedule activity dialog box, and so therefore we can drive the sale through the opportunity. So as you can see, this gives us a tremendous amount of power in setting these and tracking these. And so what we've done here is we've just started one and now it's open. Later we would track it and we'd either close it as won, close it as lost, or set it as inactive. That's all part of following up the sale, part of sales in general. So as you can see, creating the opportunities is simple if we use the tools that are provided by ACT. Notice now that we're back on the Opportunities tab, and we can see then that we have this listed. In other words, we are in, if we looked on the navigations bar, we're in the Contacts view. And we're looking at the Opportunities tab of the Contacts view, and we can see then that we've opened this opportunity. If we wanted to take a closer look at it, go back to where we were, we just double click on it, and that opens up this new opportunity, which would allow us to make the changes, allow us to say that it's closed and won or that it's closed and lost, God forbid. So we can manage the contact and manage the opportunity through the same interface once we have it all set up. But chances are you have more than one opportunity. If you don't, you're not going to stay in sales for very long unless that one opportunity is huge and you do get it. But if we want to manage our opportunities based on the opportunities themselves regardless of the contact, then we have a whole different view called the Opportunity List view. We'll take a look at that next.